Alright, let's take a dive in the Dive Man stage.
Took you that long to formulate that, didn't it?
See, I want to make a Sonic Adventure 2 song reference, but okay. This is a good song, man.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the better ones of this game.
It also makes sense why June chose this Skullman and Drillman theme for it, because Skullman is strong against Dive Man is strong against Drillman. So it's like, that makes sense.
Sure.
He said the reason why he composed that song was because he was influenced by the Sonic and Mega Man crossovers. So because he read it, it's like, yeah, I want to make a Mega Man song using Sonic instruments, but how can I do that? And then Smash Bros. Came, I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Also, it might be in a mood, because if I recall correctly, he's the one that also remixed Bomb Blood Rush from Splatoon. So.
Oh no, that was Toyotani.
Yeah, the other guy. Sorry, my bad.
The Sonic Forces composer.
To be fair, he did Sonic Unleashed soundtrack, which is awesome.
And colors, I know, but it's like, man, he tried to do the synth auto-tune thing with Forces, but he perfected it with Smash Brothers. I'm
still wondering if that the soundtrack for that game was also rushed, because it definitely doesn't feel like something he would do, because he always prefers to
do something new. But here's the thing: the music for the Forces, it suffers the Sonic 4 problem where the music itself is fine. It's just they're using the wrong instruments.
Basically, yeah.
The only track that I really liked from the game, aside, in an ironic way, I kind of like the Infinite battle themes.
That's a good song. Infinite's theme is good. So.
No, I don't mean the lyric one. Even the battle themes, the the variations that you get. But that's more in an ironic way. The one that I actually enjoyed more is the one that plays on the overworld map. This planet is ours.
Yep.
Yeah,
and that's because it's basically the one that recaptures the idea that I think would have fit better, because like I keep saying, the game is just this close to actually have a story much similar to State AM on the Freedom Fighters fighting Eggman who has taken control, but it just gets wasted, sadly. But
they had a game where Eggman takes over the world and they botched it.
Yeah. But whatever, it's a topic for another time anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, who died? That's interesting.
To be fair, it's a better joke than the one that I did all those years ago in my Final Fantasy VII run. God.
You're the one that recorded 7 for your channel?
The original one. The Dweebs handled the remake stuff.
Yep. Yeah, the original. I thought that was
honestly, the original one, like I mentioned for a remake commentary, it's something that if there was the time and the chance, I probably would redo in some capacity, because it does suffer from a couple of problems. I was using an emulator which wasn't that optimal, so there were a lot of audio glitches. Some of the humor that I used for the editing was not really great. Wasn't really that expert in editing at that point, and subsequently a lot of stuff that could have been trimmed down just were very stretched. So, but honestly, it's fine as it is. Let's just leave it there and have the 7 remake being the spiritual successor of that as well.
Yeah, not to mention it's quite a long one to also remake.
Yeah, that as well. Which actually reminds me, Dej, have you followed? I don't know if you did follow, but did you check the Project Team 4-star FF7 Machina Bridge, which actually ended this year? So
yeah, my birthday. Go figure.
Oh, did you like it?
Yeah,
me too. I think the comprising these 3 in one mini movie was probably the smartest idea, and they actually took the time to tie up the loose ends, so that was cool. Now it's up to see what we will do next year, because Helsinki is finished. The Divisia Bridge is only continuing sporadically through the shorts, and that's it. So I don't know what we're gonna invent potentially new, but who knows.
So I assume that's the reason why Dive Man is weak to Skullman is because sunken treasure with the
pirates? It's stretching that big time.
Because, dead bodies in the ocean. It would have made more... It would have made more sense if Dustman was strong against Diveman because polluting the water.
Doesn't also help that the special weapon from Skullman it's not really great. I think the Diamond Shield is the best one of the shield type of weapons.
It's still better than the Leaf Shield.
Yeah. Well, okay, the Leaf Shield was more like, an early installment prototype, so I can excuse that. Drill, man.
Row, fight the power.
Yeah. Actually, that reminds me, what is Studio Trigger doing these days?
Beastars.
Okay. No, actually, no. Aren't they doing the other furry, like part animal? I forgot what it's called.
Oh wait, yeah. Sorry, maybe that's why I was confusing it with.
No, Beastars is handled by a different team. But no, they are doing the kind of Zootopia knockoff, kinda, where the main character turns into a tanuki.
BNA, brand new animal.
Brand new animal. Thank you. Did you actually see?
Apparently, they're working on a new SSS series.
Huh? Have you actually seen Promare when it came out?
Yeah.
Me too. It was actually one of the last things that I saw in theaters. I actually really enjoyed it.
It's just Gurren.
Pretty much, but that's that's the reason why you see something like that. Like, I don't know what people might have expected.
It should have been a series instead of a movie.
Maybe a set of 3 OVAs, but not too much. Because I think
not a full-fledged series, just a short series, like what, 12 episodes or what?
Because I think
like
that's instead what something like Darling in the Franxx suffered, because it's too dilated, and near the end it just loses itself. Well,
I heard Darling in the Franxx isn't really good, but
no, it's
what? We can save that conversation until when Terence gets back, because I'm sure you two would have a lot to say about it.
He enjoys it or not?
He doesn't. He told me it's the only anime that he's seen where he's dropped.
Wow. Well, I don't really blame that, because it really is Diet Evangelion, and even that is already an acquired taste on its own.
He doesn't like Eva.
Well, okay, I can understand that, because Pedro has made no secret that he doesn't really like that either. So
I just don't care for Eva.
Like I said, Eva is an acquired taste. I really get what Hideaki Anno loves to do, the type of deconstruction and social critique that he wants to do. But the problem is that it's really, really easy to just be bored to tears or be annoyed by some of the characters.
Yeah, basically. It's interesting you say it. It's interesting. Go ahead.
Also, from my understanding, people who watch Ava don't even get Ava either.
It's the kind of product where the fandom is doing more than the actual offer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, on that note, I also actually like the Shin Godzilla, because it does bring some of the same themes just into a Godzilla movie, basically.
Yeah. He's talking about how it's the only anime he's dropped. Tell him to try watching the Blue Dragon anime. I don't think it would take that long for him to drop that one too.
Like, he only watched it because it's Studio Trigger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes one would watch an anime because of popular studios behind it.
Gurren Lagann is his favorite anime of all time.
I don't blame him. I don't blame that. It's it's really enjoyable and very thanks to the action and the art style.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
Like besides, for example, me, Pedro, and Dweebs actually tried to watch we successfully watched the first season of Code Geass, Lelouch of Rebellion, and we really needed two sits and several comments to actually understand a lot of the things that were going on. Like, don't get me wrong, like I said, I like politics, potential politics, political intrigue, and Gideon characters in time, but I do believe Code Geass kinda loses itself in that. Hopefully Season 2 is better, but I don't really have an incentive of watching anytime soon.
Alright, now that we defeated all 8 robot
this is the game
it's
where
time for us to take on Dr. Cossack and his castle.
Don't you mean the Sultan of Agrabah? Like, that shit's the Palace of Agrabah.
Well, I thought this was supposed to be a Russian castle.
Yeah, it is also based on the Kremlin, so yeah. Going to Soviet Russia. Well, to be fair, this was done after the fall of Berlin's Wall, so... Oh no, Slinkies! The most
What's
terrifying
next? We're gonna be attacked by Tetris?
Or how about Pong? You can be attacked by that in Smash with Mega Man, so why not?
It's ridiculous.
I still think it would have any more sense for that to happen with Mr. Game & Watch than Mega Man, but whatever.
But yeah, this is our Wily Castle of the game.
What are you talking about? Wily is totally not the villain this time around.
Yeah, of course, he died. Didn't you know? Didn't you see the end of Mega Man 3?
Yeah, as you can see, there's a totally new villain in town. Like, this generally doesn't feel like he's a doppelganger or anything.
He's totally not being blackmailed because his daughter's been kidnapped. What? Oh no.
That also reminds me, one other cool thing that people have noticed is the fact that there's a Mega Man Easter egg in the Resident Evil 3 remake. One of the posters actually has
Wily.
Yeah, for a conference about robotics, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Resident Evil 3 has a lot of references, I noticed. So I respect that for it.
Yeah, that too. It's like the thing about Resident Evil 3 remake is that it is still good at the core, but the general consensus seems to be that it could have been even better because it does cut a lot of things from the original in the process, and some decisions feel weird.
I was talking about this with Jova. Apparently, it's a rumor, but apparently the plan was that they were supposed to, when they announced the Resident Evil 2 remake back in 2015, 16?
Yeah.
The plan was for it to be a combination of 2 and 3, and then they ran into some issues and had to restart it.
And that's why we also developed the multiplayer to repackage it into 3 to justify it.
Yeah, because from what I'm getting, apparently 3 feels like an expanded DLC of 2 more than anything. So it's that probably...
I get that.
That probably has some weight on that rumor.
It also helps that it recycles a lot of assets. Well, that in itself cannot potentially mean that much, because I played recently, in quick succession, both Tales of Zestiria and Berseria being a prequel to the former, recycles pretty much the entirety of the enemies and a lot of maps, but it still manages to be a solid, very long actually, RPG, with its own set of story and content that lasts a long time and feels very much original. So I guess it really depends just how good and talented the people behind the projects are.
Oh no, it's Robot Mothra.
That looks more like a mosquito than a moth, but alright.
Oh, even worse. Kill it.
Just destroy, please.
Kill it. It has malaria. Don't you know what that thing is? Don't get malaria. It's really painful.
Well, I can imagine that.
Like I've had it. It was like I felt. Like
and there we go.
And with that, we saved the world.
While getting a seizure in the meantime. Actually, no, that was only the first level of Putine's castle.
Yes. On to stage 2. What does this remind me of something? I think Mega Man 9 has something like this in the beginning of Wily 2, I'm not sure.
Could be, I don't remember, to be honest.
Yeah. So who's your favorite Robot Master?
For me?
My favorite, I guess...
It is a bit tough, but I'm gonna go probably with Cutman, just because, you know, gotta go with a classic.
Yeah, he's a cut above the rest.
Yeah,
it took me 3 parts to finally make a good butt.
But honestly,
I'll go with Electman, just because I actually really like his ability in Mega Man 1. So.
But yeah, there are a lot of things that I will, Robot Masters that I will, you know, pick up at the same level. I guess the advantage is that there are so many that you are actually bound to have a lot of favorites.
Yeah, because a lot of designs are actually good.
And then it took like what, 9 to 10 games to actually have a female Robot Master. So
yeah. Apparently it was supposed to be a B initially. That was supposed to be no female one, but they changed it to Hornet Man and Splash Woman instead. I mean, whatever. Whatever spawns more fan art, I guess. And there's a lot of fan art or Splash Woman and Roll.
I mean, if you don't know that the official, lead artist that was behind the Mega Man Legends games actually loves to do an actual fan art of his own characters, of the characters that he created.
So I saw artwork of all the roles in a bed together, and I thought that was fan art, and then I looked up, what do you mean that's official? No.
Because Japan, Edge. Because Japan.
Ken Sugimori really loves Peach. So, if you look at his Twitter, his banner is just a whole bunch of.
There's also that artist that I think it was for WarioWare. I think that in recent times he just decided to just do a lot of meme edits for his Instagram profile. That was cool.
Yeah. That's neat. Also, one thing I don't like about these castles is that they're gauntlets, so that means you have to be extremely conservative on your weapon energy, and and
you need to know the level design, basically. Otherwise, you're kind of fucked.
Basically,
especially for the final boss, because you need one specific weapon, and because your Mega Buster
we're talking about the Ghosts and Goblins before that. Just be glad that the Mega Man game don't do the kind of shit that
they did in Mega Man 1.
Hey, not entirely. Come on, there's that section, like I said in 2, I think, where you need the Crush Bomber. That kind of way, but it's not like a matter of arriving at the final boss only for it to tell you that, oh, you didn't acquire this kind of ability from these Robot Masters, you have to go back and try again.
No, in Mega Man 1 you needed the Magnet Beam, which you can only get in Electman stage, but you need a Gutsman's weapon in order to get it. So it was kind of a pain.
Now this boss is a container.
Yeah, sure, why not? It's a prototype of that one devil monster from Mega Man 10. Or was it 9? I don't know. It was one of the two. You're fighting Skynet.
Pretty much.
Yep.
I get the idea that for first time impression it might take you with surprise because this gigantic mass just floats towards you.
What if the robot just closed the entire time and just fired its laser beam instead of separating?
But yeah, Tay was talking about his Final Fantasy VII run. Basically, that he handles the good ones, I handle the bad ones. That basically we're splitting duties when it comes to that series. I've done.
Who did the 13 trilogy?
Me, and I'm now doing 8, and potentially the 10 duology. But Jova seems like he might. Jova seems like he might volunteer to do that one himself.
Good luck with
Alright.
that. Good luck.
All right. See
See you
ya.
in the next part.
See ya.
Yeah.